G'day YouTube, welcome to the latest update for Loggerhead. I've been hard at work on a few things. This episode I'm going to take you through the map that I've been working on for the game, as well as a few of the puzzles, and I'm sure you'll see how challenging they can be. Also, we're going to take a look at some of the horror that awaits further on in the game, and I hope you really enjoy this, guys, so let's jump in and take a look. For Loggerhead, I wanted to create a map system that was very similar to the original Silent Hill. This is where the player would have marked objectives on the map in their inventory and have to check it periodically to make sure they were on the right course. Because the Loggerhead map isn't too big or overly complicated, I think this would be a really good way to do it. At first I thought implementing something like this would be massively convoluted and involve coordinates and algorithms. Sure, if you're a competent programmer, this would be a piece of cake. But if you're a coding pleb like me, then you need to find the easiest possible way to do this. Luckily for me, there was. First thing you got to do is take a big overhead aerial shot of your game level. To do this, I used the best tool that I know, Snippy, which in my opinion is the single best tool on anyone's desktop. Next, you can paste this into your favorite graphics program, GIMP, Photoshop, Microsoft Paint. Now you just have to make it look, well, map-like. I wanted mine to have a retro sort of campsite look. I also added some paper creasing and tried to make it, well, look as authentic as possible. Back in Unity, I created a plane about the size of my map and ascended it into the heavens. On a new layer called Map, I tagged the plane as such and created a camera above the plane so that it could only view this using a culling mask. I created a render texture and added this to the camera. I put the render texture on a raw image in the map screen in the inventory. This way, anything the camera is looking at shows here on the texture. So, on this texture, for example, it's showing the map. Now when I open my inventory and open the map, I can see this. Finally, I need to track where the player is, and to represent them as one of those little GPS triangle thingies, I think that's the technical term. This is to show where the player location is on the map. To do this was a simple case of placing a flat quad shape on the player, putting it on the map layer, and also elevating it into the heavens. To finish it off, I made my own little triangle PNG and added it to the quad. Also, I've created these objective style markers. So further down the track, I'll be able to turn these on and off and use them in a simple objective system. I've also been spending a lot of time working on some of the puzzles for the game. There are quite a few, and of course you can expect many of these to feature my tired and hurried wording. Fuses? Assuming the fuses own themselves? Door is locked, something should open it.
I bad want money now, me sick.
Ooh, he card reads good.
Anyway, while some of these puzzles are very easy and obvious, you get the thing, you get to do the thing, others will require some small level of cognitive function. Like finding this sheet music to work out the code on this piano, and no, the final password won't be 12345. Finally, after all this rigmarole of inventories, maps and puzzles, it's time to get back to some good old-fashioned horror, like finding a headless corpse in an abandoned toilet. Wholesome game design. But more on this next episode. Well guys, that's it for this episode. I will be back, of course. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all the kind comments I've gotten on my last video. Thank you very much. If you have anyone who would be interested in this kind of game or learning about this kind of game, definitely tell them, share the love, so to speak. Like, subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Always open to feedback and suggestions. And of course, if you have the time, why don't you check out my game Martha on Steam? I'll leave the links below. You can also reach out to me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And again, all those links will be down below. Thank you again so much for watching. Bye.